Yo, 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 it's Who's Who. Just kidding, it's Who's You. Today we got the one, the only, I ain't heard a voice better. He might as well be Prince's vampire. I don't know. This the man Loke Tamba for real.
Yeah, what's up with it?
Jono, and you got P passes P, baby.
Yeah.
We having fun today.
Yeah, I think we are.
This the man.
Yeah.
I'm excited for this one.
This is going to be a good one.
Mm-hmm.
We got a very powerful voice in the building. Al's Payne.
Al's Payne.
How you feeling about the release, man?
Honestly, this weekend, I started the weekend off kind of stressing, but I was stressing because I didn't feel stressed about the show. You know what I'm saying? And the release, I was like, going into it, I was like, I'm not feeling that. I'm not feeling the, oh shit, it's time to do this yet, which makes me nervous because I love that. I love the feeling of that, oh shit, no, it's time to do this. Yeah. It really lights a fire under my ass and gets me going, but I wasn't feeling that at the start of this weekend. And then Sunday hit, and I think I sent out the particle for the event to a bunch of people, and I realized how many people could come to this thing. I was like, oh shit, all right. Yeah, this shit's real now. But
I'm excited, man.
How long you been working on this song?
I've been working on this song for, it all started as like a piano composition that I made like four, almost 5 years ago. This song, man, it started as that piano loop, and it was just a loop I had in my computer, and over the course of the past 4 to 5 years, every time something really bad has happened, or really painful, I found myself revisiting the beat, adding another layer, more drums, writing to it, It's been my therapist for the past 4 or 5 years.
That's so great.
Yeah. Much cheaper though.
I know the background of the song, but I'd love for you to say where this song comes from.
Where this song comes from? It comes from a lot, man. Here, let me not sit where my feet are hanging off of the edge. It comes from a lot of obviously it is Al's Payne. For those of you who might not have guessed it yet, Al is me. Al is just another way of saying L with a slightly Norwegian accent. Al, that's how we say it. The A in Al stands for Adam, which is the first son of man, and then my second name is Tamba, so Loke Tamba. Tamba in Kono, or for Sierra Leonean people, means the second-born son. So you got Adam, the firstborn son, Loki, the second-born son. And yeah, it stands for L. It's a song about my journey coming out to San Francisco alone. The classic artist dream of, booking a ticket, one-way ticket, moving somewhere with a suitcase and little to no money in your pocket, and just saying, I'm gonna fucking figure it out somehow. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of just the culmination of years of things that I struggled with living abroad, things that I struggled with after coming here, and finally what really brought it together is just all the friends we made along the way, right? The good example of that is the outro bit played by one of my favorite artists of all time, May. Fantastic singer. We got May in the building. Yeah, we're in the same, we have a band together, and she was over, and I was like, yo, could you just play something? Just something that feels like everything you've heard so far. We listened to the track. I just wanted her to play that because I was like, how do I finish this? And she just hops on and she plays just this thing that perfectly ties it all together. And I realized for the ending bit of this piece that in order for me to be able to finish this song, it's really interesting. I kind of had to take on like that Naruto feel. Felt like I was just like summoning all of my friends to help me with these things, you know, like P's willingness to say whatever is coming to mind. Johnny's outrageous vocalizations and harmonizations. Fucking Jeffrey's sickening production. Jeffrey's ability to create sounds that don't exist and make them harmonize with other sounds that don't exist. You know, Chenzo's ability to like sing about the universe and have you feel like you're floating through space as just a lone spaceship at times. Fucking DBND3's ability to just like kick a hole in people's chests purely vocally with some heartfelt, you know. I had to tap into a lot of my soul to be able to bring this song to where it was, and like in doing so, it just made me realize like my soul is not only built up of pieces that originated from within me, right? Like it's all these pieces that people have given to me of themselves or shown me of themselves that I've learned to make my own. And like, so I compare it to Naruto. He had a whole lot of proving to people that he was not everything that people thought he was. He had a whole lot of befriending people on a level of like, I'm a person, I suck from time to time. You're a person, you suck from time to time. We're also great a lot of the time. And I think that's like sort of the final ribbon and bow that ties Alpha's Pain together. Yeah, this song means a lot to me.
Captured like the harmony of like the people around you, the community, and like that flow that UFO has, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thing crazy about the song is it was one take. I watched in one take this 20-minute verse. It's the lunatic and I love it. What? Well, it changes so much in one song. You're like, what? And it's just one take. He's like, I've got this. Don't even worry.
Yeah.
Walked in there. But he performed it so many times before he'd gone and really recorded it like that to really get it done.
Yeah.
But it was like he's walked in there and he just performed it.
Yeah.
It was easy. It was off the tongue.
Well, it keeps you intrigued, you know? You mentioned something to me the other day. I showed you a song and you were like, layer it up, make it interesting. Because I like to hear music that's interesting. Some people don't necessarily make it that way, right? I feel like with both of your music, it's always very interesting, very intriguing. It like captures like moments in time, like rare moments in time, you know? What do you guys do most of your recording? Like, do you do it together?
We do a lot of recording. Well, some of it we got the Brian files. Those exist in Lower Haight Street. That's where they were created. We got Chinatown HQ. We call it the Landing. Yeah. Somebody mentioned to me that
Some puddle dropped and dripping.
Inspiration. Yeah, for real. So that's where we get a lot. We do a lot of our. I do most of my cooking over at the Landing with Jeffrey. He's a fucking like. As a producer, I cannot even imagine or understand how he does what he does. He's also one of my oldest friends. Like, he was there when I was feeling the first two tracks, or the second and third track of Alpha's Pain. He was there when I was going through the shit that I needed to go through to be able to write this piece. And, you know, like, Jeffrey has a way with words, but not in the way you think, you know, like I have friends that I've had even longer than Jeffrey, always give me good advice, always tell me what I need to hear, but like, he loves telling me what I really don't want to hear, even what I don't need to hear. You know, like I'd come to him with my relationship troubles, with my qualms of the heart, and he'd just be like, well, you know, like, type shit, bro, like, for real.
It's good to have those people around you, you know?
That's it.
Keep it real, tell you how it is.
Keep it real in the most confusing way of all time. On the typist and shit, for real, I really just think you could really fuck this shit up for better.
Yeah, it's always like somehow it sounds vague if you were to read it on like a piece of paper, but the way he says it and the way he as a person, because he's as a friend, he's always been a very like just loyal, like loyal to a fault, loyal to his own detriment, loyal to my own detriment at times, in the sense that what we understood when I moved to Norway, because he's born and raised there. One of the things we learned early on was that like people don't like honesty where we lived. You know what I mean? Like some people people move shady all over. People move shady there too. And like he was just born as this person who is not with that shit, period. Who's never fucked with like dishonesty, especially towards oneself. And like that's one of the lessons he taught me. Another thing that went into making this piece, just we realized early like we're not gonna get what we want living here. We're not gonna find the community or build the community that we want to build living where we grew up. That said, I have a lot of love for Brekstad. Shout out. Erlanje. Fuck Byung. But like, yeah, like we found early on that just like, this is not it. So we spent a long time waiting to leave, just like not knowing that we were going to, just waiting for something to be different. And then one summer I just, at like probably one of my lowest of lows, was like, I'm just gonna give up. I'm just gonna stay here forever, get married, have kids, do what everybody else does, never leave. And then my older brother, he's a comedian, David Bory. I get him on the phone and he's like, do you want the life of these people? Like, do you want to live like these people? Do you want to spend the rest of your life doing what they do? And I'm like, nah, I don't fuck with any of it. And he said, nigga, stop being an idiot then. Like literally what? You finna live like these people? You don't even, you don't want to live this way. So why the fuck are you doing it? Why are you taking advice from people who do not have the life you want, or at the very least aspire to the life you want? And like, that shook me to my core. And so I was like, okay. And him and my mom managed to convince me, my dad too, like managed to convince me like, go on vacation, do something different. I was stressed about school. I was stressed about what I was gonna do. I don't even know if I graduated, to be honest with you. They had me walk, but I didn't pass one of my classes. Oh, shit about that. But like, yeah, I passed. Flying colors. But like he just, they were like, just go on this vacation, go try something different, stay for the summer, go see David, hang out, go back to your roots. I lived in Brisbane, right outside the city, from like 1st to 4th grade. So I don't know if I can claim being from here off of that, but I'm definitely Bay Area coded. You know what I mean? So I came out here. Again, on vacation, and while I was here, I loved it so damn much. I was like, fuck, I can't go back. And just been figuring it out ever since, I stayed.
Yeah, I feel you. You said something just now that reminded me of a song I was listening to of yours earlier. Can't tell me shit, I'm living my life. Because if I listen, I'm living a lot.
Yeah, that is about that.
Yeah. Basically like the transition, right? Mm-hmm. Like going from Norway to here, in a way, right? Mm-hmm. Can you talk a little bit about The Bees? Is that the song?
Yeah, that's The Bees.
I love The Bees.
Great song.
Great song.
That's it. Keeping a face, keep it that way. Picking the shit. So this is when I first moved here. It was, again, like, I came here by myself, of my own volition. I chose to stay here. I said, I'll accept whatever follows. I just need to live different. And so The Bees was made during a time where I spent all of my time working. I was up at the Presidio Cafe, shout out. Just like day in, day out. That's my first family in the city. They took me in. One of the managers, who knew my brother back in the day, when he was struggling with the same shit, you know, when he was not connected with everybody or like connected with himself, when he was figuring it out here in the Bay, in SF. You know, like they helped me touch down at legendary house in the city, Sylvan House, one of the first like younger group comedy houses in the city. They were also people who came to the city and just changed the game. And so like, you know, picking up shit and I'm picking up pace was just, the Bees was about not lying to myself anymore, and like not just accepting my circumstances just because they're my circumstances right now. Because it's like, you know, you can accept that shit is happening to you. You can accept that this is how you have to live right now, but you don't have to accept that it's going to be this way forever, because it isn't. Even if you try to make it one way forever, it's never going to. And so like the Bees kind of like taps into that energy. I was like, I just need to be hustling. I didn't know what towards, and I wasn't even working towards what we're building now, you know? Like, all I knew is I have to get money and make music. Hopefully get a girlfriend at some point. I was 19. You know what I mean? So it was like, that song, yeah, I keep that one very close to my heart. I don't listen to it anymore. I'm one of those artists. After I release, it's my baby. So once I release, it's 18. Figure it out, motherfucker. I'm gonna advocate for you.
Yeah, I like to listen to your catalog a lot. It kind of puts me in like a trance, you know. I like the Me a lot.
Yeah, that one's fun.
That's a really great song. Yeah, I hear so many things in that, and like the way it comes in is like kind of different, you know, like the effects on your voice. I don't know how it might have been layers on the voice.
Everything.
Yeah, it's just so interesting to me, like how you guys like make it. What type of influence do you think like the Bay or the city of San Francisco has had on like your music?
I think as far as like musically, right? Like, I think the Bay, cause I didn't grow up with this music, and I didn't grow up around a lot of rap. But what I picked up on from the Bay specifically that affected me a lot in my music was just community and like love and expression. And like SF specifically, because this is where I've been the whole time mostly. But it's always been just about what I've gathered from here is just like, people don't give a shit about that other shit, that LA shit, you know, where it's like, I need to get ahead, I need to da-da-da-da-da, oh, like, I'm finna cut you off, like, you know, it shows across every aspect of, like, living over there, like, you know, like, traffic, all the way out to, like, trying to make it as an artist. It's just everybody trying so hard to do something that's supposed to be what you love. Right. And here it's like, people aren't on that shit, you know? People just love to do things, and so they do them. Yeah. You know what I mean? You argue, even like people in tech, you know, are starting to pick it up, like, it's not what this city's about. They thought they were gonna come here and get that by taking over. They didn't, you know, and like that's why people left. The ones who stayed and fell in love with this city for the same reasons that people from the Bay love the Bay, or for the same reasons that people who come here fall in love with the Bay. The people who stayed for that, like, we all learn the same thing, you know. Family, one, is not blood only. It's not exclusive to blood. And two, community is how you fill your heart up. Yeah. You know, there's so many options. You know, like there are tons of ways you can perceivably fill up your heart. You know, like even if it's full of shit, you know, right. Tons of ways to do that. But the number one thing that's like always filled my heart up and what brought me back from what was a very dark edge that I was looking over was, you know, just this city welcomed me with warm arms, gave me everything I needed from the second I got here, you know, from day one. Like, it's been difficult, it's been hard. I haven't always eaten when I needed to, I haven't always slept when I wanted to. Yeah. But like, I've always been held by this city. I've always been held by the Bay. I've always been shown love, you know. I'm not from here, but people have never treated me otherwise, you know? And so like that in my music, like, you know, there was a time where I was very angry. I was leaning towards maybe making more angry music, and like angry and sad, and like living here melted all of that ice that I had just surrounding my heart and like surrounding my emotions, and those like walls that I had put up to keep anybody from knowing how I really felt inside, you know? So like, yeah, the Bay is a lighter or a torch, if you will, that melted all that shit.
Yeah, that's
Freed me up in my writing to write about that.
right. Yeah, I feel like the Bay Area gives people like a chance to just fully be themselves, you know? Like genuinely, authentically, just be themselves, free of judgment, you know? Like you're able to express yourself however, and most of the time in San Francisco it's accepted, you know? I mean, it goes down to like back in the day when it was the, you know,
Hippie
70s,
movement.
60s movement. Yeah, and it's still here.
Yeah.
And it's still like prospering and growing, which is like so beautiful, man. Yeah, I listened to your NPR.
The Tiny Desk.
Yeah. and you covered Nova King? Was it Frank Ocean?
Yeah.
Well, how has he inspired you?
Whew. He was probably like, I mean, like, save for Jeffrey, obviously, he was probably what told me I could do music the way I wanted to. You know, like, the music I knew spoke to me in many different ways, and I continue to see how that connects to all this new music that I've been put in front of and also, you know, behind. But like Frank Ocean, like when I heard, the first song I heard by him was Lost. And like, you know, I was just a kid, so I didn't know what the hell I'm talking about. I had no frame of reference that made sense to me, but something about that told me everything I knew, like about everything about him, like him being like bisexual or whatever, you know, him grinding and getting it up from the dirt, you know what I'm saying? Like him fucking over Def Jam, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everything about that screamed the power that I wish to wield, you know what I'm saying? And like, you know, him too, he got it through family. Odd Future, like he got it through family. They got it together, they built it, and like, you know, people will continue to see that's how I aim to and like aspire to like continue this venture, you know?
Fuck yeah.
So like,
bro,
yeah.
all things are possible.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And I like the mystery of Frank. I feel like he did being famous the only right. Like he did it the right way. He's like,
For real.
he got his money and he got out of there and he disappeared. You know?
Literally, he made all his money,
That's how you do it.
fucked over some.
Yeah.
So you don't like one hit wonders? I'm gonna give you 2 hit albums, and I'm gonna say, have a great day.
I'm never giving you any music ever again. I hate him, but I love him. You know what I mean? I respect it. It's such a, you know, music is so saturated.
Right.
There's so much music. There's so much good music.
Yeah.
I'm like there was a point where I was like, I can't even listen to music, man. Like there's just too much to get into, you know. And like I started creating more myself, so I was like, all right, let me just listen to my music for a while. But like this, like the music is just so oversaturated, and so like to see him, you know, come forth and just like, this is how I feel. It's like, it's reminiscent of Lauryn Hill and how she did it, you know?
Right.
She just pulled up with Fugees. They did their shit, went hard for a while. She dropped the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill and said, I'm cool.
Chilling. Yeah.
I'm gonna do, you know, people, you could argue that like, you know, she's difficult to work with, whatever, but she chose family over the millions of dollars she could have made doing music. Right. If she probably has thousands of songs just archived, like me. But like she never, like, none of it, I don't remember, it was like an interview or something. She never felt like that, she never felt like just because it's good music that she had to release it. It wasn't stuff that spoke to something important to her in her life. Exactly. Miseducation of Lauryn Hill hits because she was having this baby and everyone was telling her, don't have this baby. Her stubborn ass said, I'm gonna have this baby.
I'm gonna do it. Yeah, that when I hear like projects like that, like such personal, like in-depth projects, like dude, it's like where I don't know, I feel like I find myself in projects like that, you know? Like I hear bars that like resonate with me because I feel those things or I have those emotions sometimes, you know?
That's why I resonate with X so much.
Yeah.
It's like real meaningful music.
Right.
When shit hits you, you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
I feel like this, but I'm not alone. That's why I do music, is because I'm like, I maybe can help somebody not feel as alone as I've felt before. And like I can help people think a certain way, because sometimes it's hard to know it if you've never heard of anybody else thinking of a certain thinking pattern.
Right.
So it's like, that's why I try to frame it in new ways and funny bullshit. Be like, because it's so unserious to me. It's so fun. It's a hobby. I hate that it's taken so serious. You don't take a grandma so serious because she knits. Like,
literally, even though it's beautiful. You have to do this. Media, marketing, blah, 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 blah. Like, when at the end of the day, it's like, you know, like, even in the people I've met, it's like music's never been that serious. Like, it's serious because I would love to be able to support myself and my family and people I love off of it. But it's like, bruh, me and P met just bullshitting at Chenzo shit. You know what I mean? Like, not bullshitting. We give it our heart and soul. But like afterwards, like I'm just like, I think I'd seen your set and I'd done mine, and I'm just like chilling, and I post up, and he's just staring like there. He just goes, "So how are you doing today?" No prompt, no nothing. He's like, "We're talking now." For real. And like, we were both moved by each other's music, and like that's just what it's about, you know, like that interaction.
Actually, it wasn't even we heard each other's music yet. We were just talking about our childhood and how he grew up around and
Oh, that was before any one of us went on. Yeah.
To get the tracks over. And
that's right.
Just quick. What's up? Who are you, bro?
That's
right.
I
seen you in the GM, but you didn't say much. So.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm notorious for my response time.
I'm very hard to keep up sometimes.
Yeah.
I feel like you guys met for a reason, bro.
For real.
Bro, ever since we met, every time we're together, something dramatically just crazy has to happen. It's like, all right. Hey God, we're listening. We have to do this.
We get it. We got shit to do.
Bro, you know?
We were like, the first time we came here at the Fate, we had jammed out. Like the first time we'd really any of us had really jammed like that. And it was like perfect. And it was literally like, it was still, everybody that was there that night is still like a homie jamming with us now.
Yeah.
Or be around. Like hella close.
Yeah.
In the band with us.
Exactly.
Yeah, and when I hear you guys on like a track, Kate was showing me a track today with you guys on it. I feel like when you're friends with someone or you have a relationship with someone, when you're like closer with them, like it kind of blends into the music, you know? You like hear it.
Yeah.
You like hear the like friendship or the connection, I guess. But yeah, I was listening today and you guys sound really dope together, man. Just like the duality of like your voice and your voice. Man.
I feel like sometimes me and him just mentally, like, we think about love in the same texture, different color grade.
Literally. like yeah, no. It's so crazy because it's like, you know, like how we met and how we just like, me and him, like after we met too, we didn't cook a track for like a good month or two before. Like we just spent the next 2 months just, we're kicking it. We're hanging out. Like that's just, this is.
Kick it, let's go. We put on a show.
Yeah,
the first knock show.
I think we put on a show before we ever even made it, besides the jams.
Actually, yeah.
And like, it's so special, right? Like that speaks to like what we were talking about earlier, just that like, you know, that's what it's always been about. And that's why I'm so blessed to like have been able to, you know, been able to see the UFO land, you know what I mean? Everybody in that group, and like everybody in our group, I've had this feeling when I met them, and even at the jam session that first time, it was never a, hello, who are you, how are you, nice to meet you, surface level, surface level, surface level. oh, there you are. Where the fuck you been, cousin? You know what I mean? Like, what the hell have you been doing all these years, man?
Yeah.
And like, it was always catching up. That's all it was. It's just, damn. So this happened? It's like, oh yeah, like, you know, like, it just felt like reconnecting with cousins you used to play swords with back when you were kids, you know?
Yeah.
That's what music has become about for me, you know? And like, I see it too in like how I like to create too, because like, trust me, I like cooking with people I haven't met before, new chemistry, whatever, but there's just something about when you meet somebody off stage, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you just meet somebody and then, oh, wait, yeah, you do, like, you know, even if I know you do music, it's like, oh, yeah, that's right, you do music.
Right.
You want to cook sometime because we fuck with each other?
Yeah.
And then there's no pressure anymore. Like, you meet somebody new and it's like, there's a slight pressure to like perform.
Exactly.
That's on it. And it's like, you know, like there could be like there could be a little bit of like competitiveness, like that need to compete, or like that feel like, like I didn't go as hard as I could have. But it's like, nah, like I think it was, I don't remember what show it was, but it was a jam actually when we were hosting one of the open mics. Somebody just came up to, I think it was Passage, and was like, you know what, like whenever y'all are up there, it just feels like I'm in your living room watching you guys kick it. And like, ever since I heard those words, I was like, damn, we really do just be up here like, just hanging out.
There's like a comfort there.
Yeah.
And the sounds that you guys make when you're up there, and then the way you're like, your body language, and it's so great to watch. And bro, I feel like when you share, like, we all have an experience as like a human, you know, when you meet outside of just the music, when it's like you're meeting the actual person, to be able to like create with an actual person that you know is like, it's different than creating on like a business level, right? On like a level where it's like, I'm getting paid to do this, or I'm getting paid to do that, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really interesting, bro, just to watch you guys' growth, man.
Man, nothing's better than waking up and he looks at you and he's just got this beat and he's like, trying to hop on.
Yo, that's a vibe.
What? You ain't gonna ask me. You should have just woke me up to the spit. That's my favorite way to do it.
It's like the amount of
The story of that is the best story ever. Yeah, but it's supposed to woke me up at a nap, told me to freestyle on the beat. Back to bed.
Yeah, I want to go back to bed. And it's like that's like a special thing about like, and you know, I see it in other people's collectives, not necessarily firsthand as much because I'm not there with them all day, but I see it with us. It's like, you know, I live with like most of our collective members, and everybody else is just always there. So it's like, if I go take a nap, someone's gonna be creating. Right. I wake up, oh, the beat's finally done? Cool, let me write real quick, or let me freestyle, or there's just open access, and music is just our way of like showing love to each other, you know, like talking about things that are difficult, that I don't like to talk about, like word of mouth, that like, I just want it to be known. I don't necessarily need help with. It's nice to be able to just, again, roll off of that shitty couch.
So funny.
That shit hurt, and just like spit, you know?
Literally, you know, there's been
That shit
times where
hurts.
I'll wake up middle of the night, I'll hear him play a beat half awake. He really ain't awake. He just been listening to the same sample, fell asleep making it. I fall back asleep, wake back up, and it's a different sample now. And
I remember that night.
Fall back asleep, wake up, he's like, you want to hear the whole beat? Like, there's a whole beat?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. Boom. Banger. We just make a hit. It's like nothing.
Notorious for long songs. It's like the way I feel about that, man, like I love being able to create in that way, and that like y'all are so accepting of that, cause it's like, for me, like songs peaked when they were like 8 minutes. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, well, our homie Brian a couple weeks ago was just putting me on to, I don't remember which Pink Floyd album, but it was the one where they had, I think it was their bandmate or their friend who died. And like, you know, I was listening to it and he was like, this one's like 8 minutes, this one's 11, this one's 12, this one's 10, like, and they usually play this one as one long piece. Mm-hmm. And like, You know, like when you have something to say,
Right.
when you have something to say, sometimes you only need a minute to say it. Sometimes it's just a phrase or a prose.
Yeah.
Sometimes like Without's Pain and like with those tracks, like I needed it all to come out as one. Like I needed it all to be this full, like this comprehensive feeling. Like it didn't feel done until like I whispered that last piece of like you said, for that last take, or like that last piece that I did that was just 1 9-minute take. Like as soon as I whispered that out, I was like, I thought about it for a second, and it just felt like I had drained out the last little bit of like poison that was left from all that pain, you know, like the last little bit, just like get that shit out of me, you know. And like that's everything that music is to me. It's at this point a way of life, you know. I'm not always the most expressive, I'm not always the most I like to play it close to the chest. But like with music, I don't play about that, you know. Like I'm finna tell you exactly what the hell is on my mind. I am not sorry if it hurts your feelings. If you need to understand it, ask me. But I'm gonna say whatever I'm gonna say. Tamba! Don't get him started. That nigga needs to be in a cage.
You got it. If your life is bleeding into the music, if the feeling is, art is a feeling, you know, like expressing yourself. It's a feeling. It comes out of like your inner soul, you know. So if you got that formula where your lifestyle is bleeding into the music, you got it.
Yeah.
You guys are set, you know. And you guys just shot a video, right?
Yeah. I've been lost.
I've been lost.
Oh wait. I've been lost.
First video you shot?
That's the first video I've shot for somebody else in like moving. I shot a video like a year ago. I haven't put it out because it's funny. It's not bad. It's a really good video, but it's just different. I mean, I just didn't know what to do with it. After I made it, I was like, damn, I could post this. And then I put it in the vault and just didn't post it. But I was like, I really know how to do it. It takes time and it's fun.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I love this song. Like, I want to make this. I need to be the one to make this video.
Yeah.
Like, I could just feel this song. And so I was like, please, locked it in, did it, like, probably like 10 videos, if that, just quick. Sick. Chopped them, and it's easy because his music tells the story itself, so you can just feel the story.
Yeah.
Where'd
you guys shoot?
Chrissy Field.
Chrissy Fields.
It's a great video. You edited it. The editing was great. The song's great. You talk about being there for your friends from afar.
Yeah. So what was it? Yeah, the bar is, we told each other, me and my amigos, as we grow, we can't stay together, but we're here for each other forever, whenever, from afar, but we tethered. Yeah. So like, I've Been Lost is like, that song, I've moved a lot in my life, you know, like not as much as some people have, but like, I've moved a lot in my life, and it's always been very drastically different from the last place that I lived. You know, like I'm from Colorado originally. Don't remember too much of the Colorado. I was a kid, I was a baby. Lived out in San Mateo for a little bit. I remember some of that. And then I lived in Brisbane. I remember all of it. And then I lived in Norway. And then I moved to SF. And like, what I learned about that, because like I said, I have a brother here in the States and I have 2 sisters too. My mom and my little brother live here too. Dad and a little brother back in Norway. But you know, like what moving around a lot has taught me, because I've always been trying to find my crew or like my tribe or whatever. What it's taught me is that, like, you know, distance isn't an indicator of friendship, you know?
Right.
Some people you're friends with in proximity, but like the people that I feel are family, don't matter where I am. You know, I've had friends from the first grade that I still talk to this day, after living on the other side of the world. FaceTime every couple months, text every once in a while, rediscover each other's number, grow for a year, talk again. And who are like, now I see they've grown into these beautiful, strong people who have figured their own shit out.
That's so cool.
And like, but for I've Been Lost, like when I was writing that, I was just missing Norway a lot. I was, again, alone here. That was before I'd really like had found my like group of friends that I'm just mobbing with, you know? And I just missed them so much. Like they were there for me in high school when I needed it, and like especially when I didn't think I didn't need it, because I'd be prideful sometimes. But like that right there, that was the silent promise we had towards each other, and that was a silent promise that me and Jeffrey kept between us until he finally moved out here, you know. So like that song is like, that's what that one is. It's that tether between us. I was lost. And now I'm found, and like what's so beautiful about the video is that like I moved here and wrote that song. And I played the guitar myself with a guitar I bought at what's it called, at the Guitar Center on Van Ness. And that's the only song I've played that I play on guitar. I don't even remember I don't even know the chords for it. I was just like, this works, and this works, and we can do it back and forth a whole bunch of times. It's a song, and I'll just write everything interesting.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, that song, like, I initially when I wrote it, I was like, it needs to be nighttime, dark. It needs to be out somewhere far, like da 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 da. But like I didn't even talk to P about this, but he just got it. Like I was lost in the light. Like, you know, I come to the promised land here, you know, land of milk and honey, all that. Like I come to this beautiful city in the Bay Area, and I was just surrounded by so much light, but I craved that darkness so much because that's where I felt comfortable. And like, so to have him then be like, you know, seeing where I am now, I was walking around blinded by all the light surrounding me, by all the beauty that was around me. Like, now I realize that. Thank you. Now I realize that I've just been surrounded by beauty, and the more I've like opened my eyes and like let go of controlling my surroundings and circumstances, the more life is just lifed really nicely towards me, you know?
Yeah, I heard something today, and it was along the lines of like, we don't always get what we want, but we have the opportunity to love what we get, you know? And I feel like living in that light and like learning to love all that you have, you know, being grateful for whatever you're cooking right now, it's like so fucking cool, man. Like, cause, dude, I was thinking and fuck, what was I about to say, bro? I fucking lost it. Son of a bitch. You got anything? I lost it. Hold on. Yeah, no, go.
Going back to you just talking about your homies, not having your homies out here and being a little lost.
Tribe. That's right.
I really do feel that, because it's like you can have everything, but you still think about times. It's like, that's not my life anymore. So it's like, it's crazy to think that my life's completely different. Yeah. Like, y'all aren't with me in this weird road, and now I have a whole new family of friends that these are the people that I like chose and ran into them, like God had put in my hands to be friends with. Right. And it's like everybody else before was somebody I grew up with, family, a friend that was just like a brother to me. We just had a close bond. So it was like moving out here and finding this tribe. And being alone for a little bit was confusing, because I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. That's where alone came from. It was like, I'm alone out here, and I don't know who to call, because the people back home are not interested in how I'm doing. And I haven't really met like many people that had really like understood me outside of recording, or be seeing me outside and actually being a homie, or like going for like a longer friendship. It was like I was confused, and then gave it like 2-3 weeks later, and I'd found real life family. And it was just like by chance they just fallen in my hands.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if you think you found your tribe.
For real.
That's what I was gonna
No.
Sounds like you guys have.
Yeah, with like.
Growing is the thing. Yeah, the tribe is not just us; it's the impact that we're leaving on people. Is times that we're having with people, the great conversations that lead people into breaking something that they didn't know they had
Right.
a blockage with, or understanding themselves better, or just having a fun time, and making, sometimes it's just being at a random show that I'm working at and giving energy to the artist, and they come up to me and like, thank you so much, like seeing you just jam out to my stuff made me feel better, and I felt like I got comfortable more.
Yeah.
Like it's so great to
Acknowledgement, yeah.
acknowledge people and get that, like, just to give people love, to be a part of the community.
Cause it's like, that's it too. It's like, you know, it's cheesy, it's corny or whatever, but it's like, it don't cost much. It don't cost much to do that. You know, like we go up there, like, and I wanted to say this earlier too, but like that first jam, like it was the birth of something. Mm-hmm. The birth of an idea, and like, you know, an idea that pertains to a movement that we're building, you know, that's like one that's been like hushed and like always existed out here in the Bay to some degree, but that's like seeing the light of day and coming back again and being reborn. And it's like now, like that night, like that jam, and every single one after has just been that baby growing, you know, the idea that like we can all harmonize together, you know what I mean? It's not about sounding fire. It's fun to sound fire, but it's like it was never about that, you know. Like everybody who ever got up there, it was flow state. It was me looking you in the eye and reading your mind without trying to, just like looking at you like, oh, he about to go off, not because he's making a face, because his eyes have two blue fires burning right behind him, and I can see he hasn't written shit, but I know everything about to come out of his mouth. It's gonna be a gut punch, rabbit punch, jab, you know.
It's like a spiritual experience.
It's magic, man. Like it's something that, like, you know, it's hard to put words to that aren't like, you know, steeped in or like dipped in mysticism, but it's like, again, like that's something that was born that day at the Fate, and like born again at the second Knock Knock, which is the funnest show I've ever had the pleasure of being a part of. Like that one was crazy. Oh, that one was nuts. That one was like, and people were saying too, like this one was different. And it's like, it was just like how I felt about the jam, just how I felt at like key points throughout like our time where we've been like, you know, investing like love into the city and like trying to make things happen and trying to like help people who don't see it see like what this beautiful thing is. Mm-hmm. It's like that night was the night I knew that we could do this. Yeah. You know, that we could bring people out to an event that's free. We didn't make any money. We didn't have a donation thing, nothing. We didn't make any money because it didn't have to be about that. Yep. Like, that was the night that I knew for sure, like, and I'm not gonna say this yet because it's a very big dream of mine that I have to keep in the vault a little longer, but like, I have a very big dream that was born off of that. And like, that pertains to that idea of everybody being out and everybody being free, and I don't know you and you don't know me, and like but we fuck with what's going on right now, and right. Like people like, it was at the Knock Knock, it was like if I'm here, the audience was right where you're sitting, boom, right in my face. I'm looking these people in the eyes as I sing to them. Mm-hmm. I'm seeing people, I can see the expressions on their faces as they hear something they felt before, or as I connect with something that they're feeling in the back of their head. I don't know what it is, but for that moment that we share that glance at each other, it's like, don't get me wrong, I like the big stage. The big stage is just fun, you know? Like, you get to go out there, you do all your good, you do your whatever. But that right there, that what felt almost like a boiler room set, but with way more eye contact and communication and emotional exchange, that right there is like, that's the dream, man. Like, it's everything. It was everything. Like, I felt connected to everybody in that room. Afterwards, I got out the stage. I had no clue what was happening for like the next hours. Like the next couple hours, I was just juiced. I was just walking around like, just like the adrenaline and like just the amount of impact that it had on me. Like, I killed that shit.
Yeah.
But everybody killed that shit by like giving all of their like allowing themselves to feel, you know, ugly. Because I sing about that, you know, I sing about the duality of things where it's like, I'm ugly, but I'm beautiful, you know, like I'm angry, but I'm sad, but I'm happy, and all these things are constantly existing within yourself at every given moment of every single day, and you're never not any of them. Oftentimes you lean more into one because of how you feel, but like that day, like everybody, like every barrier, like everybody was everything that night. It felt like a single mass, like hive mind. We were all thinking the same thing, and that was, this is what we need to do. This is community. This is connection with people I have never met. I was seeing people that I've known for years next to people that I had just met, next to people they had never seen before, all in one place. And the Knock Knock is a beautiful venue. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's weird. It's weird, and I always say it looks like alien guts and a plane crash in the jungle or something, you know? And like they call it plane crash jungle, me alien guts, but like it's weird, and that's what makes it so inviting. You know, it was the perfect stage for that for that birth, and for everybody to feel that rebirth of, this is what a show can be. Yeah. You know, we can be face to face with each other. You know, I can look you in your eyes and sing you my deepest insecurities while maybe you're tearing up. Maybe you're mad because you feel this way, but it's okay. Nobody's mad at each other. These are just feelings within ourselves that exist and molded into this like cluster bomb of just humanity type shit.
Beautiful vocals.
It's healing a community, and it's like communal healing, you know? In a way.
I was going to ask you, what does a low-key performance feel like, but you explained it.
That's just what I aspire to make it, and I always know when it's not like that. And you know, like, for one, I want people to be dazzled by the end of a show. I love when people tell me that, like, you know, people have been telling me a lot recently, like, yeah, it's like you put people in a trance. I love the idea of like, so I guess the Loki show feels like, to me, how I've always held myself and my emotions. Like it started off as me having a therapy session with myself on stage, because again, like I said, music is my therapy. I'm not the best with words, and I don't have a big vocabulary. When it pertains to speaking about myself to others. But if I could sing it, if I could rap it with the rules that make sense within the song, because there are none, there's none of that pretext of worrying about hurting somebody's feelings. It's like, but like, what it's become now, and what I aspire for it to be, is just like, I want other people feeling that shit too, you know, where you're not bad because you feel bad, or because you have bad thoughts. Right. You know, you're not this terrible person you make yourself out to be. You could always choose different. Yeah. And how, again, your circumstances are not what you are, they're your fucking circumstances. You are what you are, and you have to navigate through that. Takes people down dark paths for a while, but you don't have to stay there. Right. And like that duality of like we're not perfect, but we're perfect. That I'm an awful person in some lights and a great person in other, but I get to choose to be the great person whenever I want to. You know, I know how to be a terrible person. I've been one. You know what I'm saying? We have all been terrible people at times. There are times we made choices where you don't even want to look yourself in the mirror afterwards. You're like, damn, another new low? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I fucked up this bad. This is who I am? No, the fuck it's not. You just made a really bad choice. Or you decided to be out of alignment with what was right for you, or circumstances called for it. But you don't have to stay that. You don't have to be that, and you don't have to like that you get to choose to be different every single time. You get to make a different choice every single time. You get to think about it different, or have a new understanding about it every single time if you're mindful of yourself, you know? Yep. And that's what I want to convey on a stage. I want it to be this therapy session where, like, I'm not telling you the answers to the problems. Usually you solve the problem by the end of it. But if it gets you talking about it and gets you thinking about it, like, let me put it this way. I had a therapist when I was in high school because I was depressed and suicidal, right? He told me in our first session, he was like, so what do you think therapy is supposed to be? I was like, well, you're supposed to help me figure out my problems, give me a couple answers of the answers I need about myself. He said, wrong. I am a wall. I am a mirror. I'm only here to hold a picture of you up to your face and let you figure it out and give you the tools to figure it out, for you to understand it. It's a good really good one, like that was one of those things that just that stuck with me, that when I'm on the stage and you're hearing me say some shit, it's not because I know you, it's because I know me. And we're all connected, all of our hearts are tied to each other. All of these connections exist between us. We just choose not to see them at times. And so when I get up there, I'm literally just a mirror doing handstands and backflips and vocal gymnastics and, the fucking the rap rhythmics, aerobics, I mean. I'm just up here doing a whole bunch of funky jazz shit and but in a way to where I'm showing you a mirror, you can't be me, but you can be you, and that's way better. That's way better every single time.
That's a beautiful bar.
Literally.
I love that bar so much that I have to cut him off because he has band practice. Nah, man, there's nothing like this man's music. There's nothing like this man's performance. Hearing his vocals live is literally like hearing an artist in the 60s for the first time, and you're like, there's no way this is real.
It's moving.
It's a movie. I have a literal video of me sitting there watching them and getting there's no way this is real.
The first, that was the first.
Video, I'm sitting on top of a hill,
I have it.
I record myself, and I get up and I go, there's no way this is real.
There's a second perspective video from the crowd where it goes from me and up to him sitting on a hill like this.
Hella happy.
Yeah, you had your hat on.
It's just a blessing that my ears get to hear it on a daily basis. And I get to be on tracks with it. It's a blessing to me that I get to just be on tracks with one of my favorite artists all the time. It's so rare. It's like, what?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's wild.
But
it's a dream come true, man.
Yeah.
Really is.
Really, and it's just there's so much future for all of us in this. Mm-hmm. We're just all starting to get footing in a world and
it's a renaissance.
Yeah, it's a renaissance.
It is.
You guys are contributing to the San Francisco underground renaissance.
We got plans in line for that, and there's still so much to talk about, so much to figure out, and so much to mobilize and put together. But it's you know what I mean? We're definitely bridging the gap. You could put it that way, between people who are from here, people who aren't from here, people who want to come here, people who want to leave here. You know what I'm saying? All that in between. Aliens, for real. UFO sightings all over the city. For some reason they love the knock knock. I don't know what it is about those.
But they go love the fake this month.
Yeah. This Thursday, February 27th.
It's gonna be something crazy. 473 Haight Street. If you ain't there, well, you a square. I'm gonna finish the statement. You motherfucker. You feel me? You better be there. Cause I'ma be there, he gonna be there. I'ma tally if you're not there. And then when you say, man, I love your music so much, you weren't there. So lie. So I don't see it, I don't believe it.
Do you have any last words for us, bro?
Last words. I wanna say, here, I'll say it directly to y'all. Thank you to the Bay Area, to San Francisco, to all the family that's helped me to get here, to the people I'm not close with anymore, to the people that I stayed close with, to the people that believed in me when I didn't know that I could do the things I can do, to the people who didn't believe in me, because I proved y'all motherfuckers wrong. Shout out y'all. You know who you are, motherfuckers. I love you.
Goofy.
But yeah, thank you, and all the love in the world out to everybody. And to my family back home in Norway and Salone too.
Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you, bro.
Great episode, episode 3. You got Jono, you got
Yes,
Loki,
sir.
you got P. We love to have y'all. Thank y'all. We're gonna have some more blessings very soon. See y'all Thursday.
See y'all Thursday.
Bam. 59 minutes.
Banger.
Dog. Thank you.
Most def. Thank you guys. This is special, man.
Great. I'm so glad you got talked so much too.
Me too, dog. It was like so great hearing you speak.
Thank you.
Getting him to just get to be the one talking most of the time.
Well, to get the insight to him, you know, like once, bro, perfect.